Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today I'm gonna unveil my new to me old car. It's right behind me, and guess what? It's an E46 Convertible. So here we go. This is my midlife crisis. I've just picked up my E46 3 Series. We'll talk a little bit more about the spec on this car, but here's a few cinematics. I'm going to talk to you guys about the spec on this car. It's a bit unusual, the trim level and all of that as well. So yeah, it's right behind us anyway, so why don't we just go straight ahead and give you a spec talk. So this E36 is a 320 Ci. It does have the M54 B22 straight 6 engine. It's naturally aspirated, and I think this is probably one of the best angles from here with the roof down. A lot of the things do work on the car, and I'm going to go through things that are good and things that are a bit bad on this car as well. Let's start off from the front end here. Well, first of all, the colour. This is the BMW Silver Grey, which basically means silver grey. They get like I think BMW did a Titan silver, which was more of a like bright silver. This is more like a gunmetal one, and everything on it is original. So let's start off from the front end. We have Xenon headlights over here, which are in really good condition, and tell you a reason behind that. We've got the silver grills, we've got a number plate that's come with the car. I'm going to probably just keep it on anyway, and you've got the M Sport bumper at the bottom here, and you've got the fog lights. So these lights were really hazy when I picked the car up, and they got even more hazy because I tried to sort of unhaze them, give them a bit of a clean up, but I followed a wrong method. And then what I did was I took it to my friend who detailed my E60 M5 TSG detailing, and he was able to bring these back to how they were meant to be. So yeah, they're looking pretty fresh now. The BMW badge here is a little bit perished, but I've got a new set that's turned up courtesy of eBay, so we'll go ahead and fit that. The overall condition of this car, well, it's an 06 plate, so it's manufactured in 2006, so it's like 20 years old. It's not too bad, but there are some marks on the car. So for example, like the bonnet here has got some marks which I can't seem to get rid of. It looked like this might have had like a respray at some point, and someone's just gone, I don't know if you can see that, but put their finger marks on there, or like a paw if it was a cat, I don't know. But it looks like the condition of this car is okay, I would say. The alloys, they've been refurbed at some point and they're in good nick. Center caps again will be changed for some fresh ones. Crow behind me is agreeing as well. Lights over here, these need replacing because they've just gone a little bit yellow. The rear lights on the back here, the outers are really good, but the inners, as you can see from this shot, they will need refreshing or replacing. We've got a bit of rust coming through on the rear arches here, and this is kind of typical of this kind of generation and age of the car. It's not too bad, nothing's really crusting away, but that could do with a bit of attention. And then if we move into the car, things kind of get a bit better here. So this is the M steering wheel, period 2006, analog dials, and these have got the kind of chrome, or well, not really chrome, but like kind of silver rings around them, which do make the instrument cluster look a little bit nicer. And then you've got this beautiful red leather interior. Now this isn't your standard leather, this is Napa leather, so it's a lot softer. And on top of that, if you look at the kind of pattern in this kind of seat here and the ones in the rear, you can see it's got that kind of like a vertical stripe going through it. Now this, according to BMW and the spec sheet of this car when it was manufactured, this is called the exclusive leather, whatever that is, because normally like they don't come with this kind of like a leather design. You've got the knee support there as well, and these seats are electrically operated as well with memory function, and they are also heated. So I ended up picking up this E46 just because of nostalgia. I had a itch to scratch. I wanted to get into something a bit classy and, you know, something with like a soft top convertible, and this just happened to be available, and I ended up taking delivery of it. And I think the thing that really sold this for me was the fact that it was in fairly good condition with this red leather interior. I think that was like the biggest selling point. Yes, there are quite a few rough edges around this car, and I'm going to address all of those. I can't expect to take delivery of a car and not put on my own touch. But the main thing about this that I found is that it needs more attention mechanically than it does cosmetically. Now, all E46s of this age, this one's just shy of 116,000 miles. I've done about 400 miles in about a week since I've had it. They all suffer from oil leaks. That is something that this car is suffering from. It seems to always leave a little pool of oil whenever I park up, and I'm pretty certain that there might be a pool of oil on that side when I pull away as well. So the main cause of that are the gaskets. So you got a rocker cover gasket, you've got the oil filter housing gasket, and you've got the sump gasket. The Vanos line as well, that can sometimes perish as well, and I'm having all of that work done next week. So from next week this car's going to be getting a full overhaul mechanically, so hopefully all of that stuff will be done, and while it's having that done, I'll throw in some new spark plugs and an oil change as well. A common upgrade to the infotainment system is something like this. Most E46 owners probably have already done this to theirs. This is an Enon system, I think. You can get this off the internet. It replaces the BMW business or professional system in here. Now, it's quite easy to do. You just take out your air conditioning controls, which are usually here, and then you have your radio cassette player up here anyway, and then that whole unit comes out. This gets pushed in. Your aircon controls, they just drop down the bottom here, and whoever had this car before has done that, but this is just sitting there a bit loose. So the idea being is I'm going to basically get like a bracket which is on order and then secure that in. So my E46 is a 5-speed manual, as you can see here. It has got a positive kind of throw, it feels quite mechanical. Yeah, there were options to go for like the auto. I actually preferred the manual because I felt like I want to get like a BMW of this era with a manual gearbox, and this one just happened to be a 5-speed manual. So I do believe that the E46 generation car was an over-engineered BMW. Like the build quality on this is phenomenal compared to some of the later stuff like the E90s and, you know, the F30s and whatnot. I mean, I've had the F30, I've had the G20, I've got a G80, I've had a lot of the modern stuff, but getting into one of these feels as solid today as it probably did 20 odd years ago, and I'm glad that I've got this in my ownership. It seriously does look like a timeless piece of motoring engineering right there. It's funny how this car's got parking sensors, and even after 20 years they still work and they are original. And my E60, which is 2 years newer than this, the parking sensors always throw up like a hissy fit. The E46 Convertible didn't come with a boot spoiler, but the Coupe did, and so did the Saloon. I've managed to get one in the same colour as this, and I'm going to be fitting that later on today. Other kind of bad points about this car, the paint again seems to have faded around here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it always just looks like there's a bit of like a, it just needs polishing out maybe, but yeah, that needs addressing. So it looks like it's had a bit of like a knock there with like a bollard of some sort, but that's quite minor. I'm sure we can sort that out, and yeah, that's a bit loose. I'm sure all of these things we can sort out at some point. So this is the power plant of the E46 320 Ci. It's got the M54 B22 engine, The 22 on this means is a 2.2. So yeah, it's a 2.2 straight 6 engine, and it's naturally aspirated, so there's no turbos. It produces 170 horsepower and 210 newton meters of torque, which might not sound like a lot today, but in 2006 that was quite a lot. I mean, I was running around in a brand new Honda Civic at that time with about 140 horsepower. Like I said, we've got some oil leaks in here, and they seem to be coming from this side of the engine, which kind of tells me or leads me to believe that it's most likely to be the oil filter housing gasket. Oil filter goes in there, but the oil filter housing gasket is all the way down, because that ends up mounting the block. That's your Vanos line over there. This bit here looks a little bit perished. The camera's probably not going to pick it up with the amount of light that we've got going on. But yeah, that's all going to get sorted in a few days' time, and I'm going to report back as to how that's kind of helped or worked. I have looked at, like, say, the oil, the quality of the oil in this. It's okay for now, but that's all going to get changed as well. So if I was to rate my E46 3 Series right now, it's a solid 5.5 out of 10. I'm going to try and get it to like a solid 7.5, 8 by some of the things I've got planned for it. Not only cosmetically, but mechanically as well. It does need that oil leak fixed, which is going to happen in a few days' time. It needs a full service as well. So I could sort out the cosmetic stuff on this car before it goes into get the mechanical side of things done. I mean, it's Friday today. I've got the whole weekend to play with this thing and, you know, spruce it up a little with those new items that I've just got hanging about at home. And then it can go and get all the oil change done and the oil leak sorted. So it might give me something to do over the weekend. I hope you have found today's vid kind of entertaining. I hope you like my money pit. Let me know, drop a comment in the comment section below. Hopefully guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.